Hello, Steve White, Steve Arts 89. Well, I'm continuing my experiences of Star Trek actors and that I've met at conventions and that, and now I'm up to the Voyager cast. And I haven't met as many of the Voyager cast members as I have of the other shows for some reason. I'm not sure, because Voyager was actually the show that was... Well, Enterprise was the show that was actually on at the time. They were doing a lot of these conventions, but Voyager was sort of the big show as we went into this sort of convention sort of era. There was a really great little era of conventions in Melbourne where they were fan run for about 10 years, late 90s into early noughties sort of thing, and they were really great. Before we sort of got the supernovas and the really big events, they were these little intimate fan run things. They're really great, and the guys who ran, I'd love to mention by person, but I'm not sure they'd want me to mention them by name, but he was really great. He was president of one of the fan clubs for a while. He did a really great job. Everyone loves him. And I got to meet Tom Paris, Robert Duncan McNiel, and I didn't realise he was the same actor who was in the Master Universe film for years later. So I saw it on TV, and then I didn't see it till I saw it on video years and years later. I think 2000 basically was when I found it, because they didn't have it in my video store at home, and it wasn't until I was living in Melbourne, one of my local video stores had it. I watched it again in like year 2000. And then I got it on DVD a few years later and watched it. And I saw it in the cinema. And I didn't really realise until, I think when I watched it in 2000, that was Robert Duncan McNiel, that he was actually in that film. I had no idea. So I'd already met him at that point, and I didn't get to talk about Master Universe. I can't remember anyone mentioning it at the convention. But nearly had a really bad experience with him by accident. It was right before the convention. I remember right before the Q&A and where he was going to do his talk. And I was in a rush, and I went to the toilet, and I was rushing to get out, and I hit the door, flung it open, and he stepped back, and I just missed hitting him in the face, because he was coming to the bathroom before he was going on stage, I guess. And I swear, God, it was so lucky. If he had been a foot closer and I'd hit him in the face, I probably would have broken his nose, and that wouldn't have been very good for the the convention that was supposed to be happening, the Q&A session was supposed to be happening like 5 minutes from then. So that was so lucky. And I sort of said, oh, I'm so, oh God, sorry. And, we just sort of went, and I went and sat down. Then he came in and, did the usual Q&A thing, and I apologised for nearly killing him. And, did the, autographs and everything. And unfortunately, I don't know why, but I don't like the photos that have like the name of the show and the Paramount team and all that at the bottom, but for some reason this was what they had for him, because most of my autographs that I've gotten from people are the other type. So I look at that now and it kind of bothers me, and every person I go to, I don't want to pull up their photo, but I'll show Jolene's. Like, this is nice, It's just, nothing else, nothing to promote the show, just the actor and a nice photo. And I never liked that they did these ones where they had like this white frame around the photo and that. So I always hate that I got one of these for him, because there's only a couple of actors I have these, and most of them would have passed away, so I couldn't get another one. But yeah, but he was really nice. He was really interesting. He was really friendly. He just really good. Some of these people really know how to work a room and really make everyone feel special and feel like they've had a moment with them, and you've gotten to talk to them, and did the Q&A, and it was a fairly intimate venue. It was one of the later conventions where we'd moved sort of regularly to this other convention. It wasn't quite as warm as some of the other ones, but it was more functional because they had different size rooms, so you really just booked the room based on the amount of tickets that were sold, sort of last minute, sort of. I think they could sort of change it around, and it was just worked better for everyone. And yeah, it was just really great. I wish I'd gotten a photo with him. I don't know why I didn't. It might have been because I was dating someone who was very judgmental about how much money I was spending on stuff like this, and I sort of regret when I went to some of these conventions I didn't get as many autographs and photographs as I would have liked to, because I didn't want to have to answer to it later, and answer to why I spent that much money, why did I have to get a photo with that person, so, and that includes Tim Russ and Kate Mulgrew. I didn't get photographs with them. I don't know what I was thinking. And I lost my autograph for Kate. I'm sure I got an autograph, but when I look back, I can't find one. It's like I must have sat it down and left it at the convention. I'm like, well, who would take an autograph that, because I always have it personalised, it says to Stephen, like who would take that? Because if it was just, best wishes, Kate Mulgrew, anyone can take that home and put it in their album. So I don't know, but I don't have one. I've been meaning to buy one for years, but I really wish I'd actually gotten an autograph from her. But I'm going to go. Feel free to share, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think. Thanks. Bye.